All right, we're waiting for this setup this morning. You've had the break, you've had the first entry. It hasn't quite made a new low, although it's, it could be counting this as a low here, so you got to be careful with that. But what we're hoping is off this resistance, it's just going to drop down here and start working its way lower. We'll see what happens. I haven't been getting any good signal bars. I had a failed second entry here, but that wasn't a great signal bar. And at the time, the low, that would have been right into the low. Don't want to mess with that. And here, I wanted to go short here, but it's just no good entry. It's a good spot, but the signal bars are not what I was looking for. Kind of considered, this was a lower high, this was a lower high. So I thought about it, but I thought it would be better to skip it. And this one could be going up to this. This could be a range day. So I'm just here just in case it comes off of this and starts going low. If it goes up, then fine. But really what I'm hoping for is, since, we broke this trend here, and didn't make a new low and didn't quite match the low, so I'm viewing this as a first entry, and this would be a second entry. So that's why I'm going short there. And you've got, in addition, you've got resistance here all the way across. So touches up here a number of times. It's touched up here a number of times. Looks good to me. Hear my dog in the background. Hey, stop that, buddy. So now we're in, and now we just hope we're right. It looks like we're right. We got a good signal bar. Should we go for 2 ticks or should we go for gold? What do you think? I like going for gold, seeing what happens. It's taking its time. So how long did we have to wait this morning before I found something I liked? I had to wait 30 minutes. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's been worse. Really what I think it's going to do is get me out by a tick. And start going in the other direction, but we shall see. So I'll pause it for you guys for a little bit so we don't have to sit through this all day. That's, well, that's interesting, so we can watch that happen. See if I got trapped. Think I did. Think I got trapped. And what do you know? There's a trend line right there. That's a little crappy one. A little crappy trend line. Don't know if it's real. Don't know if it's real. Life could still work out okay for me. So if I was convinced that I had made a mistake, I could get out here. But this is how my mind works. I'm always convinced when I make the entry and then convinced I made a mistake while it plays out. But luckily, lately, more often than not, I'm correct. It took a really long time to get to that point, though. A really, really long time. We're going into year 3, ladies and gentlemen. This will confirm whether that trend line is going to take me out or not. Still think I'm right. And, you know, if you counted this as a new low off of here, you've got a first entry and then it's not a good signal bar, but you got a second entry kind of going on there. So, victory at last. Break even. We'll see if my super victory attempt happens here. I'll spare you the wait on that one, so let's pause it for a second. Okay, we're back. I had this big bullish bar and a break of this little trend coming down. This is 2 points here, so I moved my stop up. My original target was down here, which is a measure move from here to there. So I figured, you know, at the very least we'll get 2 points. We already had a point. I moved this stop down to make sure that I'll get that point as well if it does go up. So we'll walk away from this trade with 3 points at the very least. I was going for 5 with my original target down here. But you have this resistance here. We broke through, and then we did this little pullback. So I didn't think it was worth the risk to go for the full 4 points down here, which would have given me 5 total. So I got 3 total. Not bad. It's a good way to start the day, and hell, depending on whether you're playing this thing, nah, I wouldn't go long there. But you never know. But anyway, I hope you got a good view of how my brain works through the trade process. It's pretty typical. I'm pretty convinced when I go in, which is why I go in, and then when stuff starts moving around, I'm convinced that I'm trapped and that I made a mistake, but I don't mess with it. I learned that lesson from Mac, and just let my brain do its crazy thing and let the trade play out, and it worked out. Although I will say there are times when I know I've clearly made a mistake and that I will get out. This was not one of those times. This was just my brain trying to convince me that I'd made a mistake, and that is almost every single trade I take, and something that you just have to be mindful of. But hope the rest of your day works out, guys. Peace out.